I want to take a moment to talk about something that's been circulating a lot on our social media lately. Images of skeletal children from Gaza. I saw them, you probably did too. They're heartbreaking and they're horrific. It's human to be moved by them, to feel outrage, grief, even helplessness. That's what images like this are meant to do. But here's what many people didn't know. Both of the children in those photos were later confirmed to be suffering from long-term, pre-existing serious medical conditions, one with a severe muscle disorder, the other with cystic fibrosis. That doesn't erase or even trivialise their suffering, but it's not the result of the Israel-Gaza war. It does change the story being told though. The New York Times, which originally published one of the images, has since added an editor's note acknowledging the medical context. But by then, the images had done their work. They'd already ignited outrage, just not at the people most responsible. Because here's what's rarely said out loud. This is more than a humanitarian crisis. It's an information war. And Hamas, the ruling power in Gaza, is fighting that war with terrifying precision. Leaked messages from Yahya Sinwar, Hamas's revered former leader, the same man who masterminded October 7, describe civilian deaths as necessary sacrifices. His words, "We make headlines only with blood." And it's working. Hamas steals aid from its people for itself, violently ransacks aid trucks and resells aid, including baby formula, on the black market for highly inflated prices. It manufactures suffering and then broadcasts it to the world, framing Israel as the villain, deliberately starving people, children. Meanwhile, the UN often parrots these claims and then media outlets, some well-meaning, others careless, amplify the imagery, often without verifying the full story. Journalism 101. And the result isn't just misplaced blame while Hamas continue to oppress Gazans. It's real-world danger, a campaign of demonization against Israel and by extension, Jews worldwide. We're seeing a global rise in anti-Semitism. Jewish communities are being targeted, synagogues burned, our city streets echoing slogans that mirror Nazi propaganda. And somehow, we've arrived at a place where a terror group that openly calls for the annihilation of Jews is being defended, while Israel is being compared to Nazis. That's not advocacy, that's inversion, and it's deeply dangerous. So let's be honest about Hamas. This is a group that took power by force in 2007. It's executed women in honour killings. It tortures journalists. It brutally murders LGBTQI+ people. It maims and kills those brave Gazans who dare to speak against it. And on October 7, 2023, it unleashed one of the most brutal terror attacks in modern history, raping women, burning families alive, beheading civilians and dragging hostages into underground tunnels. That's how this war began. And Hamas still holds over 50 hostages, around only 20 of whom are thought to still be alive. Those who were released speak of torture, sexual abuse, and psychological torment in Hamas captivity. So ask yourself, if this war could end tomorrow, and it could if Hamas surrendered and freed the hostages, why is all the pressure on Israel? This doesn't mean Israel's perfect. No country is. But it's trying to dismantle a terror regime while still letting aid through, doing more to help its enemy than any other country in modern warfare history. Yes, it's made mistakes and is working to do better. That matters too. So before we post or share or speak, let's pause. Let's ask ourselves, have we stepped outside to expose ourselves to credible sources beyond our echo chambers? Have we truly listened, especially to the brave Palestinian voices risking everything to speak out? Are we amplifying the truth? Or are we unintentionally echoing the narrative of a terror group that thrives on pain, especially the suffering of its own people? Because if we genuinely care about Gaza, its children, and its future, then we need to be honest. Because the only path to a free, peaceful, and thriving Gaza is one without Hamas. So let's tell that story. Let's share that hope. Because the people of Gaza and Israel deserve nothing less.